Good morning. Today, I'm gonna start from chapter 1, Getting Up. How to move from your bed to your morning. Who needs an alarm clock when you have a dog? Waking up in the morning may be at the very top of your list of least favorite things to do. But it is, unfortunately, essential to starting your morning routine. Deafening fire alarms and cumbersome roommates aside, there are few things that will wake you up as fast and full as having a morning routine that you love and can't wait to get started on. With that said, sometimes we need a little push to get ourselves over the line, or rather, out of bed, and to fully wake ourselves up in the morning. In this chapter, we will speak with, among others, the president of MIT, L. Raphael Reif, about how he spends his first few hours upon waking. The uh, executive director of the American Society for Muslim Advancement, Dizzy Khan, on how the month of Ramadan brings a big change to our mornings, and economist and author Taylor Cowan on his unique take on a breakfast. Smoked trout and cheese, anyone? Okay, first, Caroline Pohl, author of Lost Cat, former firefighter. When you are a creator of habit and you are in no rush to change, what is your morning routine? I set an alarm for anywhere between 6 o'clock and 6:30 a.m. depending on when I get to sleep. I need to sleep, but I need to wake up early more or my day feels short. Next, I make coffee, feed the milling animals, grab 2 protein bars, and sit down to read. Not a newspaper, though I do often check the headlines, but a real honest-to-God book. If one's not around, I will settle for the New Yorker. It's a secret time for me because reading has always been a part of my life and it's hard to find time for it. As a writer, it's also a vital part of my work. At this time, my partner Wendy is still asleep. The doggy has gone back to bed. One cat has gone outside. So there are only 2 other animals to contend with. One, a cat, and she curls up on my lap, and the other, my own rambling mind. And we both stay there until the house stirs and comes to life. I have to say that the transition from the world being mine to the moment it seems to splinter and everyone wakes up, phones ring, emails come in, the dog reappears, is always jarring. How long have you stuck with this routine? What has changed? I've started my day with the same meal and coffee, Pete's French roast, 1 large cup, so strong you could probably eat it with a spoon. For almost 30 years. Gosh, that's sort of embarrassing. Seeing that so starkly on paper, but that consistency first thing around me and sets me up to be able to handle whatever is thrown my way. When I was a firefighter, I didn't read in the morning, and I was a little loser about my wake up time because you never knew how much of the night would be spent working at the fire or on medical calls, and I'm useless without sleep. When I became a full time writer and had to make my own schedule, I became adamant about setting the alarm and getting up. I needed the structure and I needed to start back on whatever book I was writing before the morning slipped away. People think that when you work outside of an office you can sleep in and how glorious that must be. But to me, that's a road to discombobulation and dismay. How have you always used an alarm to wake up? Always. I've tried to train myself to wake up without one because it seems like a cool superpower. But I spend all night thinking about whether I will wake up, and the anxiety isn't worth it. Once the alarm goes off, I sort of doze, but I have a dog and two cats who have heard the alarm and stare at me until I get up. It's called the animal snooze button. What time do you go to sleep? I would love to go to bed by 9 o'clock p.m. every evening. I'm just not a night person. Once the sun goes down, I think, not much to do anymore, and I sort of begin to look forward to the next morning already. How does your partner fit into your morning? Wendy's best work. She is an illustrator is down at night, so she doesn't value her mornings like I do. This works because I get my quiet morning and she gets to sleep without me tossing and turning. Do you also follow this routine on weekends? I like to get up early no matter what, but I may not set the alarm in difference to Wendy. If I'm writing on the Saturday or Sunday, though, then I set the alarm like it's a weekday. What happens if you are traveling? When we travel, my bag is always overweight because it's got maybe two pants and two shirts and then 30 protein bars, five books, and a bag of coffee. Wendy will say, Caroline, it's New York City. They have everything. But no, I'm not going to leave my morning routine to chance. Winnie is much more loosey goosey with her days. She used to pester me to lighten the load, but it's been 9 years and she doesn't bother anymore.